Boca was started as a stop on the Central Pacific Railroad about 1868. Because what happened when they were building the railroad is the summit was so difficult that they ended up bringing a work crew into Truckee, and they started working down canyon while they finished the summit. And obviously you have this great river that comes into the other river, which is the Little Truckee River, so it's a nice confluence for a lot of activities. But there was a sawmill here and an early ice company. Every drainage had an ice operation at it, where they would create a little dam, flood it, and then get ice harvests over the course of the winter. And the school was here for a while. There was a couple of small buildings. The school teacher lived here, because down canyon were some other little small communities, and the kids would come here for school. Up at the top of this little hill is a small cemetery, and I've never been able to find a single map because it was a company town. It wasn't any sort of a county cemetery or anything like that, and so we have no idea how big it is or how many people are buried there. There's a few marble headstones, but I think most of the headstones were wood, because we have found pieces of wood that look like kind of part of a wood headstone. And there's little bits and pieces of, fencing. Most of the bodies are children, which is, fairly typical for that time period. Life was pretty rough. So that's why I was thinking it would be a great opportunity to just see what happens with the survey and see what the dogs come up with. Like I said, we have no idea how big it is or how many people are buried there. But you've got an early grave site with a marble headstone that I think is circa 1870. I mean, you can read it. We can go up there and look at it. And then there's some later ones that are children that are around, I think, 1917, which I think was pretty much when things were kind of tapering off. So the cemetery, do we want to walk up to the cemetery?
Well, what I was thinking was, Eve and I are going to start. We might as well get our stuff and go up there, and then we can get an idea how big it is, and we're going to make a plan to go there.
Okay.
Why don't we go? I'm guessing that there are the two depressions she showed me too. So there's one here and one here, and I'm guessing the graves are going this
way. Swampy areas, everything makes methane gas. Pretty much.
Show me. Right, yeah, whatever your name is. Well, that one's safe. I know. My guess would be just the depression that there's one here. Let's just put it there. Yeah, it's just outside. That's just one.
we find that sometimes the dogs will alert on both the head area and the feet area, and we double flag them when there was more than one dog alerting in the same spot.
Oh, I wasn't double flagging.
Yeah, we weren't doing that.
I was doing that with Leggy, actually, just to see.
What we tried to do all the known graves just to confirm, yep, there's something there, and there's some things that kind of wooden structures that look like there should be a grave, and we've tried to confirm those. And I think when we count, we should say like known graves. X amount of known graves, and then how many we've added. Map all these flags, but just would be interesting to get a count and some pictures, and maybe measure the boundaries. Just the boundaries might be a good idea.
I'd like to do some markings out here, but I don't want to leave your flags. I have some rebar, some small diameter rebar, and I could actually come back with just some rebar and
Mark.
and leave those there where the flags are, because we could always find those later with a metal detector.
Here, if you wanted to map the flags with this many people with tapes, we could probably map this out pretty quickly.
A map would be great. I have
It would
no
come to
map
life.
of this.
Okay,
So
well, let's map
a
it then.
would be wonderful.